Swagatam, welcome. Wonderful, most respected instruments in the hands of the Lord Divine with these great nine wonderful identities. The Sadhakatva in general, under its main heading, the titles of Shrota because Jignasu, Jignasu because Mokshu, Mokshu because Shishya. And how we become Shishya? Because we are Bhakta, and we are Bhakta because we are Viragi. Mm, mm, mm. In Tulsi Ramayana, we can see very clearly saying, through the Bhagati, we get Viraga, through the Jnana, the Moksha. Mm. And we are Viraga because we are loving Dharma, Sanatana, in which ultimate is indicated. That we are able to do because our minds are free. And why is it so? In this world, we are living as a Sevaka, servant of the world, through what we are supposed to do. All of these are entering into our hearts through the ears because we are willingly listening. Shrota. These are the nine beautiful Vyaktitvas, like in our house in those days, even now, villages. They have the bulls, the buffaloes, they have the cows, they have the bed bakari, they have ducks and hens. And to all of them, the different dana they go on giving. Sometimes ghoda khachar also. To all of them, the feeding is given. And the group of servants of different types. घर में सेवा करने सर्वेंट अलग, फील्ड्स में करने वाले अलग होते हैं, अकाउंट्स वाले, बिजनेस वाले, सबके लिए बढ़िया सा खुराक खाना. In the same way, give food to all these nine identities in us consciously and totally engross in that only the life. And for this, the support of Shastra already there, but we in our inadvertence don't take it. Let us start taking. So too, the guidance from the gurus is there. Again, our ego doesn't allow us to take it. We should take it. Then the empowerment from the devatas is there, but we neglect it. Let us value it. From the Lord, the Ishvara, the continuous protection blessings are there, but we don't invoke. We have faith in it. We have doubt in it. Let us replace it with the faith. So, to the truth, we don't understand it. Let us start understanding the truth, the reality, the Brahman. This is how the five things we have to relate with for the empowerment of all the nine, in which the ultimate one, the Jignasu, fulfills the whole mission by becoming the Jnata of the Atma Sarupa and gets moksha. Today's thought is only this much. Same thing we will say and enter into our Upanishadic Adhyanam. Once we know Lakshya as Paramatma, once we know the sadhanas, depending on which guna we are in, depending on what state of evolution we are in, our attention is more and more on doing that sadhana. What we have to add to is the, we can call it as deepening of that sadhana, more deeply. So too, intensification of the sadhana, deeply doing and intensely aggressively doing, and if possible, expanding the sadhana. Expansion is in terms of more and more time. Expansion is also in terms of understanding. Means everything is done as sadhana. Everything is looked at as sadhana and done also as sadhana. This is a beautiful achievement if you can catch it. This is what is the essence of entire Bhagavad Gita. You know that if you know what exactly is sadhana to be done, fully, completely, every situation is sadhana for you. For example, this most terrible, what do you call it, civil war as if only, because almost from every kingdom, the kings and the people are participating in it. Such a big war of 18-20 lakhs of people ready to kill each other also is made as sadhana by Lord Krishna through his teachings to Arjuna, the Gita. So if we know it, Yuddha also can be the sadhana. If we don't know, we only do the sadhana as the Yuddha, fighting, fighting, struggling, struggling. So in expanding the sadhana, the aspect is what? Everything is looked from that standpoint only. Sadhana drushti sehi. So at this moment I am like this. So what is next moment? Or what is the work in front of me? How that can be done, keeping my spiritual progress in mind. So, but this all come only with alertness, with maturity, when we increase our awareness, when our तड़प ग्रोस पर साधना है ना, तब जा करके सब उसी तरह से दिखेगा हमको. देखना सीखना चाहिए. You know, in this life we have come and we are sent by the Lord only to know the truth. If we have full faith in this fact or truth reality, second thing also the fact or the truth, we will understand what it is, whatever is given to us by the Lord as an experience or as a work or responsibility. All of that are for knowing the truth only. Because the goal of that life is that only. But there only we should have that matured understanding as to this particular situation which has come in my life at this moment. In what way, if it is looked into or worked upon, that it becomes sadhana, isn't it? इतना बढ़िया सा अगर वो मेच्योरिटी आ गए, so then wherever we are in the house, we are in the company, we are in the marketplace, we are all alone or we are in jungle or we are with people, wherever we are, all of that is understood with clear vision how it has to be done for the sadhana. Such person doesn't demand or complain. Demanding is कि ये दो साधना के लिए. Complain that this is not conducive, this is not conducive. You know, he will not have any. Like those who are really interested in studying our Upanishads, let us say, morning or evening class, no excuse will deter them from attending this Shastra Dhyana. Even if by some reason, if they miss class, they will listen other time because it is available in that YouTube and they report to me. Swamiji didn't come to class, but I heard it. है ना? मैंने सुन लिया हो. So what a great joy it is to oneself only when we are committed. In the same way, we will have no complaints or we have no demands when we have the art of making everything as sadhana. And actually, that is the right way of living life. Paramatma is the sadhya, everything is sadhana. But right now, so many of the obstructions are there from inside and outside. To clear all of them, we are put in different places. Now, only three things as said in Gita in third chapter. One is Nirahankara Bhavena. Second is perfectly doing the work in our hands. Third is by Ishwararpana. Or exactly this is the thought we are going to study in our Upanishad also. Exactly this is what we are going to study. When these three attitudes are developed, Naham Karta Asmi, but whatever the karma comes in front, done with all perfection of following the rules, etc., then the whole thing of karma phala, kartrutva, when done for Ishwararpana, then it becomes sadhana. That only in turn purifies the heart, chitta shuddhi dvarena. Then that takes us to the actual sadhana, which we think as actual साधना. ये सब भी साधना ही थे, बट हमको साधना मतलब बैठो घंटे ध्यान करो लगता है ना. फॉर दैट वी बिकम क्वालिफाइड. But all these things, knowing the sadhya, knowing the sadhana, doing it deeply, doing it intensely, expanding it, in terms of time and in all situations, all that calls for what? One important thing is that pure Shraddha in us. So much Shraddha. Key, as we just now said, even one day, one moment also, we are not missing it. Shraddha and Prema, they go together. Where there is Prema, there is Shraddha. Where there is Shraddha, there is Prema. Among these two words, Prema is little Laukika type, but Shraddha is pure spiritual one. है ना. Whenever we are told श्रद्धा से ये करो वो करो, मतलब उसको प्रेम से करो. प्रेम थोड़ा इमोशनल टाइप होता है. श्रद्धा इज फ्रॉम द डेप्थ ऑफ द हृदय. श्रद्धा हृदय में होता है ना. सो हृदय पूर्वकता से श्रद्धा से, isn't it? This is another place we are lighter superficial. In many ways we can discuss this topic, but only one thing we say ki we have Shraddha, but it is in many directions. Therefore, from the one to the other, it shifts one to the other. Instead of saying many, let us say it as two. We have Shraddha in spirituality. When that is in predominant state, we do spiritual sadhana. Again, it shifts from that to the worldliness. At that time, totally I am a sadhaka with all our nine qualities, which every day we see, we forget only. तो यहाँ थोड़ा ध्यान देकर, है कि नहीं, as frequently as possible we have to remind ourselves as आध्यात्मिक साधका, more importantly, और श्रद्धा से उन चीजों में, isn't it? Like I am doing puja, so I am upasaka, Bhagavan is upasya, and this is a upasana. So how can it can be mechanical also, it can be little with attentiveness also, but more than these two, if it is done with shraddha, isn't it? How it expresses as Shraddha, that every step we do there in the Upasana, we do it to the Lord actually. Even without even a little doubt, whatever it is, iota of doubt ke bina, we know that we are doing it to the Lord. Like, Sri Om Sri Narayana Namaha Padau Prakshalayami, when you say it, when you are pouring the water, you are doing really Pada Prakshala. That is called as Shraddha Yukta doing. And with that Shraddha done, really the Lord expresses there. In the same way, one stuti we are doing, let us say. है ना. गणन्ते शंभो तच्चरित सरित किल्बिषरशः दळन्ति धीकुल्या सरणिषु पतन्ति विजयताम् दिशन्ति संसार भ्रमण परितापोपशमनम् वसन्ति मच्चेतो हृदभुवि शिवानन्दलहरी. With Shraddha, when this stotram is done, we can really feel how everything related to Lord Shiva, his Swarupa, his Rupa, his Guna, his Leela, his Shakti, his Karuna, entering into through our ears, all our personality layers, The whole Vyaktitva is becoming Shivamayam, isn't it? With Shraddha, if you do, we can see it. Repeatedly, when it is done, all our bhautikata, the matter, material goes away. Whole personality becomes daiviya, adhyatmika, spiritual. Spiritualizing the matter is spirituality. There is nothing called as matter. Everything is Shiva Tattva. But Shraddha, say if we do, that is done. So, it is only information नहीं होना, conviction नहीं होना, forgetfulness ज़्यादा होना. Other than that, we are not insincere at all. We are sincere only. But sincerity also requires the necessary rules, regulations to be followed, isn't it? So, the rule is श्रद्धा को बढ़ावे. श्रद्धा को बरकरार रखे मतलब it should be maintained all the time. And that Shraddha should be so much that it should intensify our prema for our sadhanas. And the prema should be so intense that all weaknesses, distractions, we are able to overpower. And all required strengths, talents, supports required either from outside or inside, we are able to invoke required. And then we are able to do that sadhana. Isn't it that beautiful prema? Those days you remember where not many distractions like today of responsibilities, distractions of necessities for survival, the distractions of so much of entertainments, bhoga, जिन दिनों में नहीं होते थे ना. हाउ वंडरफुल इट वाज. सुबह 5 बजे उठकर पूजारों में जाके सारे देवताओं को नहाकर इतने प्रेम से भक्ति से श्रद्धा से. वी ऑल हैव सीन दैट, isn't it? In our childhood, what a wonderful intense involvement in that. सारे पुजारी लोग also there by 4:30 in the temple. Bhaktas, some of them तो उनसे ही पहले पहुंच जाते. Even in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, slowly it is getting reduced. 7 बजे बाद ही भगवान ही उठते हैं, 6 बजे. कुछ जगह है अभी भी, they maintain it, wonderful. But remember those beautiful days. So we have to do sadhana. We have to do sadhana with full joy. Joyfully we do when we love it. And love comes when we have pure Shraddha. Shraddha comes when we really understand what we are doing is the noblest and we accept it. That should be added. That helps in doing the sadhana deeply also, intensely also, and expands it. The expansion is सुबह से रात तक वही है. इवन नींद भी कम से कम ही, तुरंत come out of the nidra effortlessly, not being chased by that tamoguna. Fully in that sattva the moment we get up, on to the job. In this way, when we do, then in less time only, all the antakarana shuddhi will come. Kshiyate prakasha avaranam, as it was said in Yoga Darshanam, all the avarana of the prakasha goes away. Or in the other place it is ashuddhikshaye jnana deeptihi aviveka khyate. These sutras, remember, that type of clarity comes to us. It just starts clicking. In Yoga Bhasha, that sampragnata samadhi starts happening. The restlessness of the chitta vrittis gets reduced. As we studied yesterday and today also we'll see that samyama, nirodha parinama leading to the tasya prashantavahita chittasya, that beautiful sutra we are studying, that state will come. One thing is what now, we have to engross in it. एक बार स्पिरिचुअलिटी ले लिया तो फिर से बीच बीच में पीछे मुड़कर देखना या जाना to the worldliness is a reason because of which our sadhana lacks intensity, isn't it? These are all immaturities we have to cross. Deep, intense, wonderful. Like a Desha Bhakta. If he understands that Desha and Desha Bhakti he has got, any Desha it can be. इंडिया वालों को इंडिया का देशभक्ति, दूसरे देश, even small countries, there are some patriots of their own nation. So they are, if a true Deshabhakta, how he sees the country's situation and knows in which fields immediate development is required. And if that Deshabhakta is really the head of the Desha, isn't it? How they work for it. Isn't it the China Deshabhaktas, the Japan Deshabhaktas after that 42 or bombings? क्या बढ़िया था उनका इन्वॉल्वमेंट ना, दैट दे ब्रॉट देयर कंट्री टॉप. इतना सा जापान पूरा मेड इन जापान एवरीथिंग होता था. इन द सेम वे आध्यात्मिक साधना साध्य भक्त, इफ यू रियली बिकम, देयर इज a great joy. You know, thus again and again going back to the old habits, again and again, becoming emotional about those things. When we can reduce them and just इसी में इन्वॉल्व हो, बस मेरा जिंदगी इसके लिए है, बस वो निश्चय कर लेना, निश्चयात्मका बुद्धि, that will help. Like that girl married few days only, not more than one. She always has her mind for her brothers, sisters, mother, father. But धीरे धीरे she gets into that mood. No, no, अब शादी हो गया, I am fixed now to this family. No, these are my people. Slowly she develops her respect, service attitude to the in-laws. अब कुछ दिन के बाद totally that parents' family is forgotten, in the sense reduced. Here she becomes more deeply involved. All that happened because inside she became strong in her decision कि मैं यहाँ का हूँ अभी, है ना. इसी तरह मैं स्पिरिचुअल हूँ वाला, द मोर वी आर डिसिसिव, the more all things we ourselves discover from within, required things to be done to be done for our sadhana. So may our study of these shastras clear of all these hodgepodgenesses or the hotspots or variety of obstructions, vaguenesses, etc., and make the path so clear, goal and the path, that we are enjoying the travel. Isn't it? Very soon it should happen. There's no rajasic distractions, there are no tamasic lazinesses. Absolutely Shuddha Sattva leading to Tattva. May we all be like that, become very soon. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओं नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणा मूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो. धृतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम्. एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे. समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायशास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगतिशान्तिकल्याण एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्यक्षेमस्थैर्यादिप्राप्ति शक्तिसाधना सानुकूल्यता साधना प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्र अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये प्रचार प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद आदौ श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम्। ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहं। नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओमथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, we are in our life as well as in the series of study of our Upanishads at a very mm, important junction we are in. Very crucial and a very sublime junction where we are given a chance thoroughly to understand all the three aspects of what is our actual essential nature, state of being liberated, how we have come from to whatever the level we are. Very important is this second topic. Therefore, third topic also equally important, step by step to know what is the way out towards the moksha ultimate. As simply in few sentences as it is given here in this Sambandha Bhashya of Shwethashwathara, very less places we see it. So, if we can give that required attention, alertness, and not only listen but think, understand, grasp, and allow it to sink into our hearts. Oh, ho, this is what is me. Oh, ho, this is how right now I am into my own bondage stage. Oh, ho, this is the meaning of sadhana doing for liberation. Oh, ho, in these steps, this is what right now I have to do. When I travel this first stage, cross this town, as the road map suggests, next thing I will obviously reach to. Even cross that also, then as the road map says, to the next place also I will reach. Isn't it? If we don't get diverted or distracted by our own personal mistakes. If this clarity comes to us, how beautiful it is. Shankara Bhagavan is educating us in this regard, in this Sambandha Bhashya. Okay. What is our essential nature? Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma. Chit Sat Ananda Advitiya Brahma. Chit Sat Ananda Advitiya Brahma. About this topic, how many times we studied, discussed. But we have to see whether we got the clear picture or not. If not, contemplate, it will come. Then, how he is explaining to us, ki swa ashraya swa anubhavagamya avidya parikalpita sabhasa avidya parikalpita upadhi and tadatmya. Then, avidya parikalpita ishta prapti, which is apurushartha, that is not moksha purushartha. considering it as Purushartha, he is getting all the Dharmartha Kama as it is his sister through his effort, but they are all not the moksha givers, therefore mokshartham alabhamanaha. See how these connecting sentences connecting and giving that complete meaning is so beautiful. We have studied it last 2 3 days, therefore we are not seeing word by word as bhashya, but the summary we are trying to grasp it. Every word is important. है ना? स्वाश्रयया अविद्यया स्व अनुभव गम्यया अविद्यया स्वविषयया अविद्यया स्वाभासया अविद्यया. Then avidya janita upadhi tadatmya. Then apurushartham purushartham manyamana. Then aneka anartha prapti. Then mokshartham na labhamana. Then ragadivihi makaradi iva itastata akrushyamana. Thus suranaratiriyag nana yonishu sancharan. Any number of times required to study this portion to clearly understand this, is a necessity. We should never hesitate to study if it requires 100 times for the clear picture, the sequential picture. Isn't it? Because here only the entire clear understanding regarding bondage is given to us. See, then one more word we missed is Pratibadha Swabhavika Ashesha Purushartha. Pratibadha Swabhavika Ashesha Purushartha. Swabhavika Ashesha Purushartha. And here one thought we can add to it is what? देखो, कोई भी दिल किसी भी जीव का बॉन्डेज में जाना नहीं चाहता. No heart of any jiva wants to enter into bandhanam. In other words, every jiva's struggle is only for the moksha. That is the meaning of swabhavika ashesha purushartha baddha. Okay? Pratibadha swabhavika ashesha purushartha. The only problem is what? Taking the binding path as the liberating path. This is where we go wrong. That is the meaning of Ishtapraptim Apurushartham Purushartham Anyamana. Purushartha is what? Moksha. What is Apurushartha? Dharma, Artha, Kama. But we have the Ishta for these three. Therefore, this Ishta Prapti, which is actually Apurushartha, we think as Purushartha. So, the differentiation, the discrimination between what is Ishta and what is actual. Okay? Like for everything, Shariri ke liye. What is required for the Sharira and what I am taking out of my Ishtata. They go, they are totally different. है ना? जो मुझे चाहिए, जो मैं पसंद करता हूँ. In our inadvertence and ignorance, we go on doing what we do the pasand of. Not जो जरूरत है या चाहिए actually. If this gap is filled up, not the opposite way, कि पसंद को ही जरूरत बनाना, ना, the other way around. जो आवश्यक है, which is necessity, that is what is made as ishta. So necessity is moksha purushartha. That only we should make it as ishta. That's what we discussed in the introduction today with prema, shraddha and prema. So pratibadha swabhavika ashesha purushartha, and that is leading to aneka anartha, prapta ashesha anartha. Avidya parikalpitaihi eva sadhanaihi. Okay, avidya parikalpitaihi eva sadhanaihi means what? Here sadhana is kartrutva bhava. Here the sadhana is the intellect's planning. Here sadhana is the emotions application. Here the sadhana is the workmanship. Here the sadhana is the abilities of body and senses. And the sadhana is all our outer instruments. ये सारे जो है, when these are all coordinated, integrated, something what I desire, I get it. And that gives me sukha. This feeling completely put together is said here by Bhagavan Shankara as avidya parikalpita. Why is it said so? We have to become little quiet to understand it. After all this is done, what are you getting? You are only getting an object, something outside, or a situation you are creating. For what all that is done by us? For the sukha or ananda. But where is the sukha or ananda? It is in your own self, continuously, unconditionally. Should we seek that continuous, unconditional self, say happiness, or we should be trying with all plannings and efforts to get a conditional happiness? Just soch lo. We are doing that only in every of our effort of getting some object or some situation to give us happiness. We are only working for the conditional happiness, whereas the unconditional bliss is always available in us when we discover it. Instead of discovering that inner happiness called as Vidya, we are going for the conditional pleasure happiness only outside. Therefore, it is called avidya. This is called avidya parkalpita. Anything you apply, like I want to enjoy seeing a movie. Arey, joy is your own essential nature. Instead of that, you are trying to want to be happy with the movie. That's called avidya parikalpita. Or I want to happy by eating this object. Or I want to be happy by going to that place. Or I want to be happy with this being with this person. ये सारा क्या है? एक ही चीज के लिए है, for this sukha ananda, which is our own essential nature. But through these conditions, we want to get it. Why are you doing so? Because you don't know that the ananda which we are searching it is in our own self. That not knowing is called avidya, technically. Isn't it? So avidya parikita kalpita hi anekai sadhanai. Here sadhana means instruments, sadhana means talents, sadhana means resources, sadhana means objects, sadhana means plannings, sadhana means execution. All of them are avidya parikalpita. And in that effort, how many struggles we are going through. And it is giving only the anartha. So much of anartha. Always remember the two types of spiritual anartha are we are getting enslaved by this avidya parikalpita imaginary way of trying to become happy. This is one. The second is we are going away from our real essential self inside. This is the meaning of the anarthas. I don't know how much this example will suit. If it conveys the point, catch it. I'll drop it. No, we just see the animals. You give them food. अब कंज्यूमेबल है अपने बॉडी को सूट करता है तो इट विल टेक नहीं है नहीं सूट करता तो इट स्मेल इट एंड गो इज देयर एनीथिंग बियॉन्ड दैट टू दैट एनिमल isn't it? If it is raining, it just looks for a shelter like a tree, goes stands below, or any other wall, or any some gufa type. Is there any further thinking in that? You know why? Because it has not that avidya. What is avidya? Projection, generation of hundreds of things. What is in our lives case when we have hunger? Like animal, whatever the food is in front, to satiate the hunger, whether it is correct for my health or not, thinking it. Do we consume it and stop it? सो एनिमल घास लगाए तुमने प्लेट में क्यों नहीं रखा सर पानी क्यों नहीं दिया तड़का क्यों ठीक नहीं लगाए नमक कम क्यों है हैव यू एवर सीन एनी बफेलो क्वेश्चनिंग लाइक दैट isn't it? So buffalo doesn't question. It will never ask, but in our case, everything, that everyday jagda in our life or in the mind is this only. ये चीज नहीं डाला खाने में प्लेट में ठीक तरह से परोसा नहीं एक चीज कम है This all is called avidya bhagakalpita. I mean, giving one example of eating food. Like that, everything. We are wanting conditions and through conditions happiness. Either conditions are never fulfilled. Second, even they are fulfilled because they are conditionings, they are not all the time. And we are struggling in that only. Like if this person is in my life, then I am happy. Already I have conditioned. It will never happen. Even if that person is there, because the condition, he cannot be all the time with you. So to the object, so to our effort, so to going to places. ये सारा जो हम restlessly, quickly creating, imagining conditions, trying to create those conditions to become happy, all of that is called as avidya parikalpita sadhana. Rama Bhagavan realized it. That is why he says, जीना भी मुझे अभी पसंद नहीं है. Today we will see that portion. Yesterday little we touched it. 15 में आज हम हाँ 15 वाला अहंकार वाला हम आज करने वाले. So pause and understand these sentences. That's why just we are repeating it. I don't know. We are not doing it. The Lord is telling to contemplate more on this subject from within. So avidya parikalpitaiः एव साधनैः इष्टप्राप्तिं च अपरुषार्थं पुरुषार्थं मन्यमानः. Therefore, the ishtaprapti of the dharmartha kama, which is not the moksha purushartha, therefore it is not actual purushartha, it is a purushartha. For that only we are therefore continuously struggling. That is why the real purushartha called as moksha alabhamanaha. Mokshartham alabhamanaha. Again, this is also big sentence. And now moksha artham alabhamanaha. Means what is moksha, where is moksha, how to obtain moksha, these definitions also we are not understanding. What is moksha for us? Fulfilling the desire by doing whatever required to be done. Desire fulfillment is a moksha for us. धर्मार्थ काम को पाना ही मोक्ष ऐसे हम सोचते हैं. रियल पुरुषार्थ दिमाग में बैठता ही नहीं. द फाइनल रियल मोक्ष पुरुषार्थ. That is why moksha artham alabhamana means he is not able to understand where is moksha. Then how can he do the sadhana for that? That is why what is happening? Makaradibihi iva ragadibihi itastataha samakrushyamanah. Itaha tataha samyak akrushyamana makaradibihi iva ragadibihi. Like the crocodile animals, here and there they are pulled. We are also being pulled from this place to that place, this person to this person, this object to that object, this indulgent to that indulgence by raga adibhi. Okay? Raga, dvesha, ityadi. Now, how quite calm we have to be, withdrawn from the outer activities, to think what Bhagavan Adi Shankara is saying and understand it. We gave the example yesterday, day before, like from morning we get up till night. To how many places or undertakings are the people we are pulled? All of that is because either raga or prema or kama और आसक्ति और द्वेष कुछ ना कुछ ऐसी बात है इसलिए हम इधर से उधर खींचे जा रहे हैं. Not staying with our own essential self. Same continues even after leaving the body. Depending on what we have done, we are pulled into different this and that yoni. अब देखो, whichever the yoni we are put, don't imagine that it stops there. Once we are put there, all the rajoguna, all the things which commanded us to go there, they keep on getting manifested. There again same drama जो ऊपर बताया कंटिन्यू होता है. So Sura Nara Tiryega Adi Prabheda Bhedita Nana Yonishu Sancharan. How important is this discussion? You just think about it. So exactly knowing that Ananda or Moksha are in the Atma Prapti. When we only try for that, in few lives we may get. If that real mokshartha nahi mila humko, real purushartha in our understanding, and the apurushartha only we consider as purushartha, then identify with the avidya parikalpita sadhana, again added to it is raga adi dosha. When we involve in various activities, to different janma we get sura nara tiriyagadi. In every of those lives, what we have gone through in this life, same samsara of struggling to become happy and getting disappointed, that alone will be there. अरे बाप रे, ये देखो भैया, I tell you this point is so important. We have to just bend down, salute to Bhagavan Sri Rama for guiding us in the evening classes in the expanded details of this subject. Thanks to Bhagavan Shankara here putting. Isn't it? That day is a golden day in our life when this happens to us. No, what it is difficult for me to explain. I give 4 5 examples. है ना? क्या एग्जाम्पल दूं मैं कि अपना देश छोड़ा, went to 10 देश to become happy. Discovered that in every desha there is a problem. Then finally understood मेरे देश की धरती. Come back. He is a धन्य. Isn't it? अपना देश अपना घर जो आया. In the same way, another example. How many people we go on making friends, etc., neglecting our own really near dear ones who care for us and getting kicked everywhere by everyone. We realize it is a wife or husband, children are the most greatest, dearest ones who really love me and take care. So come back. Or you have gone to 10 hotels to eat the food. Same milawat, same nonsense everywhere of third rate objects used. Then realize, अरे it is better दाल रोटी घर में बना के खाओ. Realizations, I am giving the examples. In the same way, because of ragadi dosha, because of the avidya janita upadhi tadatmya, because of the arthakama taking as purushartha, though it is not. And why do we take it as? Because ishta. When we struggle in doing this, getting this, not getting this, and what is God, it is not sufficient. Through all this bhatakna, if we finally realize that what we seek is not outside, but it is within me, that is the golden. Miraculous if it happens. And it can happen by gurus and Daiva Krupa only. मैं तो ये तो पक्का मानता हूँ. With our effort, we may try to study Shastra, ye wo, to keep ourselves busy. नहीं तो we become liability to the world. But only when the God Guru choose that they give this clarity to us. What I want is not anywhere outside, it is in me. Great. Okay, think about this topic more and more. Now, once we are now bound in this situation, what are the sequential steps for moksha? First thing we have seen yesterday, kena api sukrutyayana karmana. Okay, kena api sukruta karmana. So, sukruta karma. Interesting. Mm. So many examples are coming in my mind. I'm trying to find the best of them or curtail them. In life, knowingly or unknowingly, let us do continuously Sukruta karma. Ahankara, Swartha Rahita, Nirahankara, Parartha Yukta karma is called as Sukruta karma. Isn't it? In some cases, Our own family members make us do Sukruta. Our friends make us do Sukruta. Ishvara only makes us do Sukruta sometimes. पता नहीं, लाइक राजा हो गए, अपने बेटे राजकुमार, उसके बर्थडे के दिन सारे लोगों को कपड़े खाना वो दिलवाता है, पुण्य, दैट इज कॉल्ड सुकृत कर्म. के नाम है सुकृत कर्म, isn't it? सो विच सुकृत कर्म लीड्स अस टू स्पिरिचुअलिटी नहीं पता, बट करते जाना. सुकृत कर्म इज परार्थ कर्म, निरहंकार कर्म. परार्थ बट अहंकार युक्त हो गया तो संसार हो गया. It will not go towards spirituality. It will give better worldly things only. Parartha means you are doing social service but with अहंकार. निरहंकार है लेकिन परार्थ नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो भी काफी नहीं है. Therefore निरहंकार युक्त परार्थ. Parartha means for somebody else. Swartha means for oneself. So parartha nirahankara karma, you can call it as sukruta karma. केनापि सुकृत कर्मणा. फलापेक्ष रहित होना चाहिए वो. I am pausing here. Just let it settle in our mind that every day some that parartha sukrita karma should happen through us. You know, in those days of Rama Raja, Krishna Raja, their faiths in these things were so strong, you know. They are all restless every day कि आज तो मेरे द्वारा कुछ न कुछ सुकृत कर्म होना ही है. They are bent on something or the other. You know, they give some dana, the charity, or they go and help someone. क्योंकि उनको ही पता है कि सुकृत कर्म alone slowly invokes the divine grace for spiritual beginning or spiritual evolution. So, Kenapi Sukrita Karmana explained. Second one is what? Brahmanadi Adhikari Shariram Praptaha. Okay. Brahmanadi means Brahmana Janma, Arogya Yukta Janma, Energy Yukta Janma, Long Living Yukta Janma. This is the meaning of Brahmana Adi. ब्राह्मण है लेकिन 20 में मर गया तो नहीं होता. ब्राह्मण है 80 साल बट लॉट ऑफ डिसीजेस है तो यू कांट डू एनीथिंग. सो ब्राह्मण आदि शरीर मीन्स yesterday I gave other two meanings, today we are adding another meaning. So brahmana adi adhikari shariram, other two meanings we were given are brahmana sharira, then in the vidyavans brahmana sharira, because brahmana also by birth may be brahmana but otherwise they may not be having that uh, culture of real ब्राह्मणत्व like in today's world is so many. तो आदि का अर्थ ये वो कम ने दिया. दूसरा आदि का अर्थ क्या हुआ? भाई जन्म में नॉट शरीर ब्राह्मण बट लक्षण वाइज विच इज मोर एप्लीकेबल इन टुडेस कलयुग, that is called as brahmanadi. Today what we have added the meaning, the brahmanadi means brahmana janma, फिर आरोग्यवान जन्म, then long living वाला. So brahmanadi अधिकारी शरीरम प्राप्तः. Okay. Now the lakshana of the brahmana here he is saying. What is that? Ishwarartha karma anushthanena. What a beautiful thought it is. सुकृत कर्म से ब्राह्मण शरीर मिला. एज ए ब्राह्मण ईश्वरार्थम कर्मानुष्ठानेन, है कि नहीं? Therefore our own dharma, the duties, and whatever in our capacity serving the world, only these two we can do and do the Ishwara arpana of them. चोरी करके डकैती करके we cannot do the arpana to Ishvara of those things. So that way, when our attitude is to do the Ishvara arpana, automatically our actions and the performance of action become purified and divinized. Therefore, we have given a definition here how to fulfill being a Brahman, whether we are born in Brahmana family or not. What is that? Ishvara arpana buddhya, doing the karma. ईश्वरार्थ कर्म अनुष्ठान है. ईश्वरार्थ कर्म अनुष्ठान. ब्राह्मण ये तीन ही चार ही काम करते हो. वन इज व्हाट? इज नित्य ब्राह्मण लक्षण कर्म. सेकंड उपासनास. थर्ड यज्ञ आगादि. फोर द उपदेश ऑफ द शास्त्र टू द अदर कम्युनिटीज. And why are you doing this, sir? Ishwarartha. Ishwarartha karmanushtana. I really want to pause for half a minute. He has this thought sunk in us that first we recognized what karmas are prohibited, not to be done, nishiddha, given up. Then what karmas have to be done as a duty, understood, as well as seva. Then that karma, are we doing it as anushtana without compromising? And we are adding Ishvara Artham in that. Not for my own phalartha. It is this job is given to me by Ishvara and this is offered to him. Like today when I was in my Javadhyana time, this thought came. Why am I doing these classes every day? Who is interested? What for it is happening? Not one, not two, for so many, 4 5 years. Before that, 26 years we are doing this work from exactly today. And then what is it? So this is the thought came. Lord gave, Gurudev gave. Don't think anything, just keep on offering this to Ishvara. Ishvara told you to do this work. It is happening through you as Ishvara wants. Let it go on. That gave such a very strong consolation or comforting in the heart and understanding. Beautiful it was. So Ishvara Artha Karma Anushtana. Baba Dekho. When the karma is Ishvara Artha, it will be done as Anushtana, no doubt. And only Ishvara Arpana Yogya karma only we do. When the karma we have to do is that of Ishvara Arpana Yogya, all the Papa karma goes away, Punya karma comes. All the adharma karma goes away, only dharma will remain in our life. Because it is Ishvara Artha. Like that Brahmins. They cook the food not to eat for themselves. It is for the God. Therefore, for the Lord, you have to make a sattvic food only. You can't make rasic, non-veg, etc. to God. God will not like किसी animal को मार के मुझे खिलाओ. अरे? So therefore, when you do the cooking of the food is for Ishvara, obviously the cooking the food will be sattvic only. Now then sattvic food when you take also offered to the God and taken as prasadam, will it not purify the heart? एक example हमने दिया. How our attitudes, how our activities, our consumptions, everything can become divinized or sattvic when we develop Ishvara Arpana Buddhi, Ishwarartha Karma Anushtanena. And then because it is for Ishwarartha, there will be the sense of duty as well as sense of perfection. That's called Mukta Sangaha Samachara in Gita, ninth shloka or eighth one in the third chapter. है ना यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसंगः समाचर ईश्वरार्थ कर्मानुष्ठानेन. So karma, that is only our swadharma karma and it is done as anusthana. There is no compromise because of laziness or any distraction, and every aspect of that karma done is Ishwarartham. Can we live our life from today in this spirit of Ishwararthata? Wow. Then the two things will happen. One, what pleases the Ishvara? This question will rise in us. Because उनके लिए मुझे कर्म करना है अनुष्ठान के रूप में. Second thing is when this question comes, the gurus and the God, they jump with joy and they come in our life and to guide us. भैया ऐसा करने से भगवान को पसंद होगा, ऐसा करने से भगवान खुश होंगे, ऐसा करने से he will bless. These things we don't know now. What we do that pleases the God. Isn't that? Like when you discover your love to someone, immediately you think, no, how to make that person happy? What I make that that person becomes happy? Then we start doing it. In the same way, Ishwarartha karma I have to do when this thought sinks in me. Then the question is, what makes Ishvara pleased? That comes up. And the answer to that we get from the Gurus and Shastra. Then keep on doing it. And when we do to the Ishvara his Priya karma, he will also bless us with not what is priya to us, what is hita to us. That is the antakarana shuddhi. Then tatta jignasa, tattva jnana, jnana ka dhyana, dhyana ka anubhava itya. They are the remaining thoughts. So Ishwarartha karmanushtana we should do. Ha, what its result should be seen in Bhagavan says here ki apagata ragadi mala. Okay, apagata ragadi malaha. First of all, recognize this raga dveshadi variety of the gunas that are there in our antakarna. They are not a sacred, secured ones. They are all mala only, impurities they are. They are the ones which are polluting our own antakarna. We must know. Apagata ragadi malaha. That maturity to understand that this raga dveshadi and variety of conditional relativities which we have, they're all mala in our mind. We have with everything and being in this world, one, the dharmic relation, second is paramarthika relation. That's it. This I have seen in our prime ministers move, what is our activities or attitudes. I am prime minister of the country. To every citizen, irrespective of which place, which religion they belong, they should get the facilities. They should become really vikasita. Isn't it? When that clarity comes in the mind, you don't care other differences, differentiations. You just provide to everyone what they need or deserve. Paramarthika दृष्टि से all are same God. Any other biasness, कि I belong to this state or this language or this religion, then it conditions. Isn't it? No raga. And this influences the kattar ragi people there. Very funny. What we were so far fed was absolutely wrong things. They are learning now in the Jammu and Kashmir region, which was very interesting. So to observe the changes that are happening not only within our country, seeing our country and its approach all over the world. क्या सही तरक्की है कौन मित्र है ना in these two aspects India is guiding the whole world today. Interesting point. So apagada ragadi dosha. Then comes a little hard work we have to start doing. That is observing our own doings in the world, observing our own gainings from the world, observing our involvement in them, and knowing their limitations. And therefore, saying no to them. It is called as Vairagya. And I need not talk about this to you right now any much because Bhagavan Rama is guiding us in our evening class every day. That is the next thought. Ki anityatwadi darshanena utpanna iha amutra artha bhoga viraga. Anityatwadi darshanena utpanna iha amutra artha bhoga viraga. Adi means the other doshas. Actually, toward this worldly bhoga and indulgence, they are anitya also, they are creator of asanas also, they are the looterers of our freedom also, they are the enslavers also, and they compel us to do the adharma and papa leading to the naraka adi. This is the meaning of anitya adi. That anityadi dosha darshan ke dwara what is that? Anityatwadi dosha darshanena utpanna iha amutra artha bhoga viraga. Iha means here, amutra means hereafter. Artha means the objects and vishayas. Bhoga, the sukha bhoga we do apeksha from them. Viraga is towards them the total vairagya. Every one of these things are very crucial things. What Bhagavan Shankara guiding us as steps for रियलाइजेशन. केनापि सुकृत कर्मणा से लेकर के ब्राह्मण आदि शरीर प्राप्ति, देन ईश्वरार्थ कर्मानुष्ठान, अपगत रागादिमल, देन अनित्यादि दर्शनेन उत्पन्न इहामुत्रार्थ फल भोग विरागः. These are the ways, step by step, we have to ensure our evolution. Then we have to work on it. Everything and nothing can be spoon fed in spirituality, especially. Each of us have to work on ourselves first to understand, then observe. According to this understanding, where do I stand? What is the next stage I have to reach to? And for that, what I have to do? करना पड़ता है भैया ये वाला मेहनत, isn't it? Like I gave the example. Going to northeast and giving so much of funds there, going to Jammu and Kashmir, giving so much of, but those local people also should think and feel responsible na, यार वो हमारे लिए इतना कर रहे, let us also work for ourselves. If that awareness realization doesn't come from within her, whatever the help coming from outside becomes of no use, isn't it? उनको भी सोचना है ना कि let us work on the path of evolution, path of revolution, path of विकास. उनको दिमाग आना चाहिए. In the same way, every one of us, having heard from the Gurus and Shastras, should feel the responsibility from within that, right? It is me who will have to pause and give time and intellect and understand what is said and actually do. Then only really the achievements, the evolutions are seen, experienced. After this much is done, कि यहाँ उत्तरार्थ भोग विराग, that when we go to the गुरु को हेडेक नहीं होगा हमें पढ़ाना, हमारा प्रेजेंस. If we go with lot of bhoga saktis, raga dvesha saktis and all, Guru wants to teach the tattva, but our mind is lost in all this. It is a calamity to. Na? Was there any obstruction in Yamaraja's teaching to Nachiketa? Once he started teaching, till the last loka is over. Never ever. Why? Because the disciple was so free from all the ragadi mala that nothing distracted that disciple. Therefore, Guru also was so smoothly, joyfully was going on teaching. है कि नहीं? In between we never see Nachiketa saying, पापा याद आ रहे, थोड़ा मैं नीचे जाके आता हूँ, या पापा के बुला लो, फिर फोन लगा उनसे. अरे या थोड़ा झूले में झूल के आता हूँ 1 घंटा, या पानी में तैर के आता हूँ, या कुछ खा के आता हूँ. You understood why the Guru Yamaraj gave here and why the Guru Krishna gave there. Best example is why that Guru Shukadev ji gave successfully, joyfully, continuously the entire Bhagavad Upadesha, because the disciple was not distracted in between. Therefore, no frustration to the Guru to teach. He is joyful. Why? Because itna badhiya, like some of you come so regular to class. That inspires me. I feel so joyful. That takes me out of my laziness. Like seeing those irregular people, I get frustrated. यार इनके लिए मैं क्या सत्संग करूं? But that is removed by the other regular people. No, 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 they are there, God sent. So I continue. Same way, परीक्षित जी ने कहा कि न खाना न पीना न सोना न भागना, बस I want to go on listening. See the excitement in the Guru, Shukadev ji, one after the other avatars, one after the other katha. पूरे 24 अवतारों की कथाएं, 18,000 श्लोकास. He was also without food, without pani, without nidra. All the 7 days. We talk about Parikshit only, the disciple, कि सातों दिन बिना खाना पीना वो बैठ गए. अरे भैया गुरु भी थे वैसे ही, तभी तो शिष्य सुन सकता है ना. इनफैक्ट गुरु इज मोर ग्रेटर देयर. उनको कोई ऐसे शाप वाप तो नहीं मिला. एंड ही डिड नॉट टेक दैट अनशन दीक्षा, that prayopavesha vrata. Yes, he did not take. And his young one, youngsters feel more hungry. and all that because he got inspired because of seeing that viraga in our Raja Parikshit. In all cases, we see that. So, with our qualification, we have to impress the Guru so much that he should feel like guiding us. All Upanishads have become such highest scriptures because of the greatest teachings given by the great Gurus because the disciples were of the highest order. Whether it is Shaunaka of the Mundaka Upanishad, whether it is Sukesha Adi, etc. of Prashnopanishad or Nachiketa of the Katha Sare. So too the Gita ka Arjuna, Bhagavat ka again Parikshit ka ho ya even Uddhavji etc. 11th skanda or Mata Devahuti in the Kapila Samvada. So here it is said ki viragaha. To such one, Guru either comes or such one when he goes to Guru, Guru will not run away. Then there is an interaction happens. And what Guru teaches is very few what it is and how we have to work on that. Those two, three sentences when we study, this first portion of Sambandha Bhasha will be over. In the second portion, lots of quotations are given. We will go through them steadily, joyfully, in the same mood and spirit. देन अगेन ये पूर्व पक्ष विल आस्क वन क्वेश्चन उसका फिर जवाब और कोटेशंस और एक क्वेश्चन ऐसे मेरे ख्याल में 4 या 5 प्रश्न होंगे उनको एक्सप्लेन करते भगवान शंकर गिव्स टू आवर इंटेलेक्ट सच ए ब्यूटीफुल क्लैरिटी नॉलेज इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल टॉपिक ऑफ संबंध भाषा ऑफ दिस श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद वी आर सीइंग इट and please feel blessed that Shwethashwathara Upanishad is giving clarity in the Sambandha Bhasha itself, what is our essential nature, Bandha and Moksha. Yoga Darshana Shastra, after this class, is helping us in the need of Bhakya and Abhyantara disciplines of Bahiranga Sadhana of the Yamanimasan Pranapratyahara and Antaranga of the Sayama of the Dhandyan Samadhi. So Rama is teaching us as to how to look into the world and our involvements in the world and create detachment and vairagya. And our Bhagavan Shiva text of Shivananda Lahiri teaching us how to invoke the Shiva Anugraha through our Bhakti Shraddha Sharanagati. And our the Rumbhugita is teaching us as to how we have to always be in the mood of the Tattva Chintana, Tattva Manana, Aham Brahmasmi Vala. And in between, for the lucky people who come, the Manduka is teaching us how to do the Vaidika Upasana of merging all the Vesti Samasti three sthithis in the Omkara. And for the youth, beautiful, the Gunatraya Bhaga Yoga, how to manage, mold our moods for our own better performances. So in that way, we are while browsing through or studying these Shastras, to the extent we are capable of, we are being blessed by the Lord. Recognize it and let us involve in them more and more and make them yield the best results, both of us. Because we are going through the golden period outside also, because the best group is ruling the whole country. No calamities, no problems. So too we are having golden period, blessed by the Guru and God. That great Shastra study we are going through. The third golden period is we are hale, hearty, healthy, not so many problems of any sort that much. Even the outer problems also. Isn't it? हर तरह का हमारा बढ़िया सा माहौल चल रहा है बस उसका सदुपयोग करना है कल इमेजिन करो lot of natural calamities are happening you can't health is issues you can't problems in the family we cannot isn't it useless government you have selected and they create all chaos you know that the sentence we are secured in our country now because this person is ruling. You know, when those so-called people who are against India or Hinduism, when they make these sentences, how fulfilling it is. है ना that in that British Parliament when that women said, कितना मजा है कि नहीं? We are happy, safe, secured in India. that he is the Prime Minister. मजा है वो बात सुनकर. Those who earlier used to think us as shatrus, ऐसी बात. So we are outside and inside are provided with very good atmosphere. कोरोना का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है अभी. Like that. So let us make the best use of it. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. What a beautiful things. Thank you. Come back in 2 minutes.